Looking for a way to make some quick cash? Well, making money with DoorDash is super easy, guys. I love riding my bike around the city, and now I get to do that while getting paid. With DoorDash, I get to pick my own hours and be my own boss. I get paid on my deliveries and keep 100% of my tips. Not to mention the sign-up process was so quick and easy. Guys, I'm telling you, just download the DoorDash driver app and see how easy it is to start earning cash today.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with deals of the day to wrap up your holiday shopping. Like 40% off fresh fragrances from Juicy Couture, Michael Kors, and more. Give the gift of sparkle with 60% off diamond bracelets, pendants, and rings. And 50 to 60% off designer suits and blazers. Plus, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply. See Macy's.com/Macy's money for details.
Sure.
I feel like every time we hear that song has a new meaning, Paul.
Oh, my gosh. The text I was getting from you from the hospital last week, it put the fear of God in me and made me really worry about you. I can't think of a time when I've been happier to hear your voice than today.
David, how long has it been since we've been together?
I think it's been a couple of weeks since the three of us were all together, yeah.
I think it's crazy. Well, I am glad to see your faces because we do a video call when we do this, and I am glad to be back on the air. I thought I could do the show without you last week, Paul, when you were filling in on the mornings, but apparently I was wrong. Other plans were in place. I am back on the air now after being gone for probably a week. I had I guess, something called bacterial pneumonia. And that's obviously just a bacteria that got in my lungs that caused a pneumonia. But I had no other symptoms except a raging fever. And I had worked for a week with you with the fever, thinking, I'll muscle through. It's just a fever. I'll get over it. But when you are an immunocompromised person, like I am, which I like to forget about, a fever can often be something much more serious. So, sorry, still recovering. And don't know if I'll make it with you through the whole show, but I will try to do some. So I was hospitalized on Tuesday night when the fevers got a little too much for me to take. And Paul, have you ever had, or David, like a really high fever that you feel like you're like a lobster in a pot?
It's been a while, and usually when I've had fevers, they break, within a day or so. But yours just kept dragging on. What, 103?
Yeah. And it was like one of those fevers, like I was taking Tylenol for every 4 hours when I was home and thinking that was keeping it at bay, which it wasn't. It was just making it manageable. It was like, okay, if I could just stay at 101, then I can work, then I can be okay, then I can survive. So finally, when I felt like the lobster in the pot and like my eyeballs were on fire, I said to my husband, I said, Mark, I can't live. I'm actually really afraid, and we should probably go to the hospital. And my hematologist, I've been talking to my hematologist oncologist, and he said, Jor, if it gets really bad, he said, you need to go to the ER. And that's what we did. We went on Sunday, and they sent me home with what they said was a UTI, but that, of course, was a misdiagnosis. But I've been down that road before, so wasn't surprised that I had to go back. Then I went back Tuesday, and they admitted me. And then after a series of tests, they said it was bacterial pneumonia. But we're going to speak with my infectious disease doctor, who's new to the group. He's new to the fam, in just a few minutes about what that means. But I think it was interesting to note, and what I learned was, with infections like this, they don't even always find the source of it. They just throw antibiotics at the problem, and when one sticks and seems to be keeping you from death, they just keep doing that, and then eventually you get better. So... Wait. They throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks? Sort of like radio, right?
Well, yeah, I guess. Okay. Meteorology, too. Yeah.
Meteorology, right? Is it going to snow? Well, let's see. Oh, yes, it was going to snow. I'm kidding. So I was pretty sick, though, I have to be honest. When I got admitted to the hospital, the fevers were out of hand. And unlike chemo, this was really scary for me, because I know that people die of infections in the hospital. Being a medical reporter most of my career, my first husband used to sell pharmaceuticals. Like I'm just dangerous enough to be dangerous. And I know just a little bit enough, so I try not to Google. And I thought to myself, like, okay, I survived cancer. I can't freaking die from something that we're never going to figure out what this is. And eventually, after a few days, they got the fever under control. And then the fever started to spread out. And then on Sunday is when they said I could go home. The fevers aren't totally gone. The nights are the worst when they come back. But whatever cocktail of antibiotics they have me on now seems to be keeping them at bay and making them go down a little further. So they told me I wasn't going to die. I'm super grateful about that because I got some stuff I got to do. And here I am with you. So it's been a really crappy week. And I am glad to be almost done with it.
And you're glad to be alive. I will not read any of the texts that you sent last week. But
I don't even remember what I was sending you. Was I incoherent?
Well, no, not at all. But you were concerned that you were dying. And
I felt like that.
And look, a lot of listeners have been praying for you for over a year since you were diagnosed with leukemia. And we were praying extra hard, have been praying extra hard the last week that you'd get through this rough patch. And remember what I told you. I said, you've got at least 40 or 50 years left, right?
To annoy you.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere anytime soon. You're going to get through this, but I'm so happy that you're here. And, yeah, you hang out as long as you're able. And I want to hear more from your doctor coming up, right?
Yeah, he's going to join us in just a minute, just to sort of describe what bacterial pneumonia is, how they treat it, things like that. And also, people that are immunocompromised like me, what we should be thinking about as it pertains to Thanksgiving. And everybody's thinking about that. We all are having that conversation.
And Jor, did you have any issues finding a bed at Abbott and being concerned about a lot of people with symptoms of COVID as you wander into the ER, right? You want to do the right thing. You want to get help, but then you're like, uh-oh, do I really want to go there?
Well, yes, I did think about that, but I just needed to stay alive. I needed to get through the night. Yeah. So I know I had to go, and we went in the middle of the night. And the bed they put me in was in the spine unit. And I said, am I here because you don't have beds in infectious disease or wherever you would normally put somebody like me? They said yes and no, because you're overflowed with COVID. They said yes and no. They said, here's the deal. We have the beds. We just don't have the staff.
Oh.
And that was evident. They're doing their best, but they do not have the staff to take care of all the people that are there. And the nurses are amazing. The doctors are amazing, but they are understaffed, overworked, and there's never enough. So heart goes out to them. We can talk with Dr. Sanchez about that if you'd like.
I'm Erin Ryan, political commentator, comedy writer, and host of Crooked Media's Hysteria.
And I'm co-host Alyssa Mastromonaco, former White House Deputy Chief of Staff for President Obama.
Each week on Hysteria, we are joined by a team of hilariously opinionated ladies to discuss the headlines from the serious to the absurd.
We cover everything from reproductive rights to rom-coms and break down the political news of the week and cultural stories that affect women's lives.
New episodes of Hysteria drop every Thursday. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Looking for a way to make some quick cash? Well, making money with DoorDash is super easy, guys. I love riding my bike around the city, and now I get to do that while getting paid. With DoorDash, I get to pick my own hours and be my own boss. I get paid on my deliveries and keep 100% of my tips. Not to mention the sign-up process was so quick and easy. Guys, I'm telling you, just download the DoorDash driver app and see how easy it is to start earning cash today.
It's Macy's one-day sale tomorrow with deals of the day for everyone on your gift list. Like 60 to 70% off coats for him and her. The perfect winter boots, booties, and more, 40 to 50% off. And snuggle up with festive comforter sets, just $19.99. Plus, everyone gets $10 Macy's money for every $50 spent. Savings off sale and clearance prices, exclusions apply. See Macys.com/Macy's money for details.